So with the finale of Better Call Saul, today we will talk about Walter White's kill count. We also have a Cinnabon video coming out today, maybe a vlog about it. We'll see what's happening because it's definitely something I want to do for sure. But let's talk about exactly how many kills did Walter White actually have. And when you really get down to it, there is a ton in here. So let's get right into it. So of course this isn't done by me. This is definitely something I just want to make a video about and talk about because it is the finale of Better Call Saul, which definitely means the finale of the Breaking Bad universe. So we will be covering that as well tonight. So definitely stick around. Make sure you're subscribed to know when that video drops, because after the episode ends, we're getting right to it. So let's get right into what is exactly Walter White's first kill he had. And of course, that is going to be Emilio Koyama, who we actually see Walter White actually was one of the ones that he actually killed. And it was interesting to see Emilio Koyama here as well, because Emilio was actually in the last episode of Better Call Saul, which I think is definitely a very interesting way to get right into what comes next. Then Walter is going to have Crazy 8 as his next one, and this one was definitely one I think that we saw was felt a little bit more than the other ones for sure, because it was definitely the very first one, and I think this was the first episode that I saw that really got me hooked and said, yeah, this show is definitely the one to watch for sure. So that is one right there. We then also have some rival dealers, and also we have some of Gus's henchmen, which is definitely ones to add to the list right there. We do have Mike Ehrmantraut there as well, and this one was definitely one I think got to a lot of people, and for many this was the point, whether or not you were following Walt or not, as being on his side or not. I think this was the point when everybody was pretty much like, yeah, I'm not sure I can really like say anything more about Walt, right? Like, how do we exactly justify all of this, right? So whether it was here or was earlier for you, I think for the most part, from what I see in the fandom and everything, I feel like this was the turning point for a lot of people, especially because Mike was such a beloved character. Then, of course, we have the white supremacist group. We saw that he took down at the end, including the leader himself, Jack. And right before that, also Lydia, who was one of the characters we saw be taken out by Walt. Now, of course, this list seems small here, but we do have to take into account that there are actually murders and deaths connected to Walter, because these are the ones that were committed by him. So let's get right into the ones that he had a connection to, and he could have maybe stopped, he could have maybe not have happened if it wasn't for him. So of course, number one on that list is going to be Jay Margolis, who he actually was able to save and not do anything. And I think this was one of the points when I was like, damn, Walter's a really messed up guy when I was watching this series. Then we also have what came after Jane's death, of course, and that is the 167 people that were aboard the airplane that actually came down due to Jane's father not being able to sort of put himself in the right mental space to do this job that he had with air traffic control due to what had just happened to Jane. And so you can sort of say that is connected to Walt right there. So we've already jumped high, right? We're already in the high hundreds with all of this. Then we have Gail, which was another sad death as well, and one we actually saw in Better Call Saul as well. So it was good to see Gail again, but definitely kind of sad thinking what comes next for him, right? We then have Gustavo Fring, of course, Gustavo being the main person that was really going head to head with Walter throughout all of this, and eventually would meet his demise because he sort of underestimated Walter, in my opinion. We then have Tyrus, who was Gustavo's right hand of sorts, and that was another one that came to meet his demise due to Walter White coming into the picture. We have Hector Salamanca, of course, Salamancas. It never ended well for them right from the beginning either. And this is definitely something that we saw happen here, is that Hector Salamanca pretty much gave his life in order to try and take down Gustavo, making himself a bomb for the plan that Walter had to take down Gustavo, just because he felt like he needed to take him down for sure. Then we have the other people that were involved with Gustavo, and all of these people that had this connection to Gustavo throughout the whole Pollos Hermanos and everything that Gustavo was doing that Walter took down. So we'll just quickly go down the list of these people, because these are people that were pretty much taken out by Walter White after Gustavo was gone, so he could come in and sort of have new reign amongst everything that was going on here. So pretty much around this list, we have the names right here. We have Dan Washberger, Ron Fornal, Dennis Markowski, Jack McGannon, Andrew Holt, Anthony Paris, Isaac Conley, William Moniz, Harris Boyven, Raymond Martinez, and those are pretty much the ones that were there, sort of like operating everything else that Gustavo was doing. We get a little insight into these characters and exactly how Gustavo was doing everything he was doing in the Better Call Saul series, so that was definitely interesting to check out for that. Of course, then we have Andrea Cantillo, who we saw be killed after the events of the desert and all of that, where we saw them pretty much take Jesse in and sort of have him as a slave to cook crystal meth for them. Hank Schrader and Stephen Gomez, of course, being the ones that die in the desert when the whole thing with Jack and everything goes about. And then finally, and last but not least, we could pretty much attribute Walter White's death to himself after everything. And so we come at a grand total of 201. A very, very big number for sure for Walter here. And I just wanted to make this video just to talk about Breaking Bad. We are getting to the end of the universe, and I will be doing some more videos on it as well, just talking about these shows in general. Breaking Bad, we could talk about El Camino, Better Call Saul, because it is kind of a bittersweet sentiment I have with these shows, because I mean, these are some of the best shows on TV, and this universe is coming to an end, so it is a little bit sad to think about, right? So we will be talking about them further after even the series finale of Better Call Saul tonight, and we will also do a video on Better Call Saul tonight, so don't miss out on that. We'll probably do a live as well if y'all want to do that. Let me know in the comments below, where we just talk about what we just witnessed and all of that, and just maybe make it a live and all of that. We do have some other videos coming for you as well. We've done some videos on some of the movies that just came out. We do have some horror movies as well this week, such as Orphan First Kill. We do have Beast as well coming out, but we've done some videos on Bodies. We have some reviews that we haven't released yet coming out, such as Breaking, Vengeance, and Bullet Train. And stay tuned for all of those, because we got a ton for you. So anyways, as always, if that's gonna do it for me, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. On the road to 25,000 subscribers. We're closing in on 24,000 really quick. Less than 300 to go, so super excited for that. Can we get to that before the end of the weekend? That's what we're trying to get to this week, is 24,000, and then next week 25,000. I think we can hit that. So anyways, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.